check.
But
You need to check if you have that bubble yum ghost for me.
oh my God. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you remind yourself after because I'm telling you,
Is that
that
your
was the
favorite?
best flavor I ever had.
That's your favorite ghost flavor?
Yeah, I got it from your cabinet in your garage, and I tried it once, and then I went to go buy it, and they discontinued it like it's a special thing, and I
Yep.
was so pissed off, dude. I was so mad.
That's funny. Have you tried any other ghost flavors?
Well, I tried that one. You gave me the strawberry one, which was good. Obviously, the goated ones for me are the I love that cherry limeade
Ooh,
and
cherry lime
the
stuff.
orange cream soda.
Yeah, okay. So you named some really good ones. I think my all-time favorite is Strawbango. It's such a unique flavor, bro. During the summer, drinking that, it just hits different. Like,
Have you had the new cran one, the grape cran or whatever?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That
Yeah, I
one's a
was actually
unique,
surprised. It was pretty good.
yeah, it's a unique flavor, but it hits home. Ghost truly doesn't have many that don't hit. The ones that I actually don't like is like what is it, the Sour Patch Kids
Yeah, I
and
don't like that Swedish fish. I don't like that one either.
exactly. I don't like that one, bro. So,
Yeah.
who do you think has the best energy drinks out of any supplement brand?
Oh, obviously Ghost is probably top. Out of ones I've tried, there was actually a really good brand I tried. So you know Derek had that at Champs Elysium, he had that grand opening deal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There was one called Nuke or
Nuke.
Nuki, like Nuke. And I was like really surprised at how good it was.
Yo,
It's a small brand.
have you ever tried those Kratom energy drink things?
So White Rabbit.
Yeah, like White Rabbit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay. So
Like, how does that make you feel, bro? Like
yeah.
I'm like nervous to drink it.
No, so if you have one, it makes you feel like good. Like you get a little bit energized. If you have two, you start sinking like into your chair a little bit too much. And I made the mistake where I had three one night with Ben. I didn't know they were like that, like Kratom or whatever. So I had three of them, and we were doing like one of the live streams of the shows. And bro, I was messed up. Like I was really messed up. It was hard for me to talk. I just kind of sat back in the chair. So you go from like energy to being like basically drunk, but no energy.
Bro, people swear by it.
Oh
Like
yeah.
people swear by Kratom. And I'm like, is it because of like a high you get or like a feeling that you get, or is it like the energy and the focus that you
It's
get?
a feeling for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely a feeling. Like of relaxation and like kind of like carefreeness.
Hmm.
Yeah, with energy with that comes energy, but yeah.
What would you say your biggest vice is in life?
Um
What about the
Mc-
vice? He's
um,
like, you want me to
um
tell?
all right, secondary McDonald's and cookies, like
Dude,
Costco fresh baked cookies.
you eat like shit, don't you?
Oh, so bad. Like people
You,
think I'm joking on my stories most of the time. I mean, most of the time I am like about like the eight double doubles and stuff that I eat. But like in the off season, every single night I have a sweet treat. Like no matter what,
really?
every night. Yep, it's
E-
either cookies, Oreos.
Even when you were at cuts?
Don't be. I'm not telling you nothing. I'm not telling you anything.
Oh shit. He's like, I'll plead the fifth. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
right.
Oh shit.
But
Um,
yes, I did do that even with the cuts. But at that point, dude, honestly, I don't really gain that much fat. Like right now, I'm sitting at 225, eating 5, 6 meals a day, and that's with cheating, and I can't gain a pound right now. So like your metabolism kind of gets to a point where like you kind of got to start shoving down some bad food. Well, if it's whenever it comes to me, other people
maybe
they can't.
you. Maybe you. Yeah, I don't want
Yeah.
people to hear that and then they instantly think, oh, I know that I have a similar physique like
Well,
him.
no, listen, like Andre, my client, I had him getting 2 cheeseburgers Monday, Wednesday, Friday of
What
this
the?
off season because,
Oh,
dude,
awesome.
they were
Awesome.
pounding down food with him and he couldn't like take any more calories. So I was like, all right, dude, we gotta go burgers. Like, hit it 3 times a week.
All right. Drew, can you hear us?
What's up, bro? Yep.
Bro, all right.
Like it.
I liked last episode, but I think I like this one better. I think I
Yeah.
like
So
this.
I always did this for you know, check-ins for shows and whatnot. Remember Optimum Classic? It all started at my first Olympia. Never did it for the stage or anything like that, but it's always been a look that I liked. And I've always done it when Maria would come to the Olympia and she's like, I like it. And decided to do it for the off season. It's a lot to maintain because my beard grows back so quick, and everybody will say this after I do a show because my beard comes back. They'll think it's an older photo. It's not, because it just grows so quick.
Bro,
So just
that's
one of
what,
those genetic things, but it's a gift and a curse, bro. I got to constantly shave. Same thing with body hair. Being a bodybuilder, it's a headache.
that's what I've noticed, bro. Like your facial hair grows so fast. So
Everything grows super quick, bro. My unibrow, if I didn't get my eyebrows done, would be connected.
Yo, see?
I'm not even joking, man. Like during COVID in 2020, when I should actually find a photo and send it to you guys.
Is it just
I,
like your genetic, or do you think it's like the drugs that you take?
it's genetic. My dad was the same way, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, when he was younger too, and just body hair in general, everything, man.
Uh, well, you guys see some of the crazy updates from some of the guys competing at the Arnold?
Yeah, the craziest one that I seen was E-Man the other day.
Yeah.
You saw
Just
E-Man post another one?
crazy, bro. E-Man, Andre Du,
I just saw Andres like 10 minutes ago.
Vitor. I mean, Vitor's the thing is, when you see these guys so often, it's hard to really see improvements because they're always going to be insane. But this update right here of E-Man, bro, and I know one of the other podcasts did like a side by side of E-Man and Benquill,
Yeah.
and I'm like, somebody commented about, it's crazy how tight the abs are when they're flat. These guys look full. They don't look like they're at a deficit.
No, not at all. This is the biggest I've ever seen E-Man. Like this,
Yeah.
there's physiques like this that make me just question, like, how are you hitting the weight cap? Like,
I don't know, man. Hollow bones.
This is insane, dude. So you still have him placed in top three, second right now?
I have him second, yes.
Yeah.
100%. Yep, 100%.
Yeah, I think I have him. I think I have right now. I really think I have him second. It's hard because now we just saw an update from Andre Dayu. Now the question is, do you think it's as impressive?
It's just impressive in different ways.
Yeah.
I love Andre, bro. I love his physique. I love his look for men's physique. It's still looking like there's not a lot of like that detail through the midsection yet.
He's just not dry yet. And for him, like I could tell he looks flat here. Like I could tell when guys are flat in the core because it almost looks like it's filmy, but it's just because the muscle isn't pushing against the skin because the glycogen's so low. So he's probably getting to that point to where he's kind of flattening out to just get that body fat off. But everywhere else, that's just pure density, bro. Like if he's flat and he still has that density everywhere else, it just shows like that's just sheer muscle tissue.
Yeah. I'm looking at his chest here, and I'm curious if you guys have ever seen this. When he like flexes his chest, you see a version of him that you don't necessarily see.
Carlos, Kaique.
Yeah, look, you see how he flexes his chest and looks crazy full here?
Yeah.
Right. Is it just me, or when he opens up on stage, you kind of lose a little bit of that like fullness? Is that just his width? I don't know.
Oh yeah, but I've always explained that too because he's a very wide guy clavicularly, but it just seems like his mind muscle connection, the flexion, and flexion is always like when you bring it together like cable flies in the gym. So that's when you're going to see all that. You're not really flexing when you're open. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you can't, and if you do, it's going to look awkward. They don't want to see like, yeah. So in transitions, it'll look a lot better when he does this on stage or coming down like the X-Men, like George Brown used to do that, but I don't see guys just maintaining that fullness when they open up. I mean, it's very, very few guys that do that, but I think it's just because he's so wide.
I've noticed that.
Those are rare guys.
Yeah, I've noticed that with myself. Like, my chest is so much fuller. My arms, I was just walking. Like,
because you're flexing it, yeah.
Yeah, but then like when I open up, I think it's just like the width, especially with taller guys, you take up so much surface space, but then it flattens it out, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like
100%.
that has been my number one thing is that.
Well, that's probably your feedback too, is like more upper pecs all the time, and that's a reason why.
You hear it from every judge, bro. Not just myself. Like every athlete's like upper chest.
But you won't hear that from like the shorter guys, like I'll bring it back to like the national level, like A, B, C guys, like the shorter guys. They don't have that problem of having that thick, dense muscle. They don't ever have to work on their upper pecs. But the big guys, that's the number one feedback is always that.
Bro,
you know why I think that is? I think A, B, and C class. Well, let's say A and B mainly. They're not necessarily the widest clavicularly.
Mm-hmm.
So their chest is going to still stay full. It almost looks the same as if when you're flex versus open. So it's because they're not as wide to fill out that frame. When you're wide and you open up, I feel like that rib cage is expanding and it's kind of flattening out. And I think the shorter guys, they still have men's physique. look. You know, they still have the taper. They have very small waist, so it makes it look like they're very tapered. But if they're next to a guy in like D class, or there's a lot of the times the winner comes from the taller class just because they're taking up more stage space. But you will see that the shorter guys are limited with that because they don't have the clavicular width. So that's probably what I think it would be.
What do you think the hardest class is to turn pro? I know it's a really hard question to ask, but on average,
I'd say D,
D,
because it's not too short and stocky, but it's not too tall and lanky.
Yeah, that's where.
So I think it's like the like where Brandon would be, or I think Jeremy would fall into a C class. But a lot of the winners, man, I mean, there's always exceptions. Like Raymond was taller, but a lot of the guys I think that just have more of that complete look, top to bottom, are around that. Right now, 202 is where Mr. Olympia is at. That's 5'10. That would be class D. So it's a very complete physique, especially when you see him on stage. Your eye goes to him just from top to bottom.
That's a good point. So would you rather have a class A stature with more density, or a class H stature, great structure with less density? What do you think will have more success in physique?
The second choice, because if you already have that density, you're not able to pack on the size. Now, if you have like the shape, you could always fill it out in certain areas. But if you already come in, like when you think of like a guy in class A that's very dense, you can't really do much else. We all know the guys in the league that are like the shorter, stockier guys, like Jason Wynn, for example. He can't really improve on size or muscle in any specific area. It's all there. It's really just peak and muscle maturity for him. So that's it. They're not saying you need this specifically because he's complete everywhere. Everything's there.
So somebody like Jason, right? We always rave about his physique whenever he competes. What can he do to improve at this point? Is there anything?
So it's not just specifically for him. I'd say conditioning, peak. He's one of the most conditioned guys, but he has been off as far as comparing it to his best. But I feel like Jason always gets exposed because you could have a guy that's just taller and wider with the same level of completeness.
Do you think he fares better in lineups that are like? Do you think he gets lost in Olympia lineups?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and it's proved it with his placing, and it's just he's just, where would you say, like, muscular wise, to improve on? Like, what muscle group? Like, it all flows into everything perfectly. Like, what would he have to improve on?
Well, the thing is, if he added density, like even more muscle to himself, you're going into classic at that point. He's going to be so round.
Yeah. Exactly, because he's so complete. More tissue for this division.
Yeah.
Perfect example of the chest not flattening out even when he poses. See,
yep.
It shows it coming together, and it almost
looks density, bro. That's density. Yeah. That's density. Like, there's people who don't have like the fullest chest, and they're in their front shot, and bro, they don't even realize they're engaging their chest. Just
that's
because
such an underrated back, by the way. I'm sorry, but he isn't missing anything.
But that's my point. That's my point.
Exactly. So, like, the question is, somebody like Jason, right? Is he reached his height right now, or does it?
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I would say he's at his cap. I think it's a matter of, like, I'm at my weight cap too. It's going to be a body composition thing. If he's going to add more size, maybe a little bit more lat flare, but he has the density, he has everything. It's going to be trying to get to that perfect peak while maintaining the weight cap, which is a lot of things that I struggle with.
This guy, in my opinion, has the best physique at men's physique. If I wanted to look like anybody, it's going to be this dude right here.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you this. Drew, you've competed with him a handful of times from my understanding. I've competed with him at the New York Pro specifically. When I think of big guys in men's physique, I instantly think of Kyron. And it's hard to explain it until you see him. When you see the level of density that he has to his torso, like just the detail through his obliques, the density through his chest, back, so on and so forth. This is what I think about when I think about, I guess, muscular aesthetics when it comes to like a men's physique look. Do you guys think there's a world where Kyron can be back in that top 3 conversation at the Olympia?
100%.
Absolutely. 100%.
You think
100%
where he can win the Olympia?
100%.
I think so too.
I think he can.
Bro, that picture you just showed, if they were to make like an action figure for men's physique and they put it in Walmart, that is literally, they would take Kyron's physique.
100%. Bro, look at him. What the fuck?
It's wild. It's absolutely wild to see in person too.
I said this, dude. I think Corey Morris, well, no, I don't want to go that far. I think Corey Morris should have placed higher, and I think that Kyron is a guy who probably should have placed a little higher too. But my question is, what does he
in 24?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was Kyron, 7th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
6th or 7th, I thought it was.
Yeah.
Dude, what does he have to improve? That's my question. Like, what makes Kyron?
It's in comparison to the other guys at the top, because you got to remember, each guy, there's not a standard. There's just a specific look that just really stands out to you. Is Ryan Terry the biggest guy? No, but as far as complete, he just has the overall aesthetics, right? So Kyron has the size with the aesthetics, but in comparison to some of these other guys, what would he need to overpower them? So
sorry,
where would
Drew,
you have
also in Olympia though? He was worse than he was at Legions whenever he beat Erin.
Yeah,
he was
so a peak thing. I'm saying Kyron 100% Legion. Yeah. If he brought that look to, let's say, the most recent top Olympia, 2. Where would you have had him and
top
why?
2.
Yeah. Oh, I think if Kyron, top 2. I don't know. I'm 100%.
Do you have him beating Ryan or no?
I would have to see them next to each other, but I wouldn't have them beating Ryan, but it would be very freaking close, I would say.
Yeah.
That's why you got to see them next to each other, because that's where you really see the difference of what takes your eye. Sometimes, like I said last week on the podcast, it's not just a specific body part. There might be a guy that has rounder delts, a fuller chest, on paper have all the measurements that make up men's physique as the perfect look. But when you see it on stage, sometimes you don't have an explanation. Your eyes go to this guy and you're like, wow, it goes together and flows so much better than everybody else.
I'll back our statement up for like the top 2. So if Erin looked better at that show, I think we'd all agree. I think we think Erin looked better the year before. So you'd have Kyron already beating him at Legion, right? So that would put Kyron in 3rd. Then you'd have to have Kyron beating Brandon, which at that Legion show, I would absolutely say he would beat Brandon there because he would match his front. The back would definitely go to Kyron. So then you're saying Ali, Ryan, he would just have to surpass Ali there, which I would say he was also more complete than Ali at Legion.
You know what's
so you're putting right next to Terry at that point.
We talked about this, and Erin actually made a video on this.
Oh, really?
Well, he covered it, and that's when he got a lot of shit for it. But Erin wasn't wrong when he said it's weird. Ali has one of those physiques that you can point out flaws. Like, you can clearly point out things that he's missing, but when he steps on stage, the polish just overwhelms. I've never seen a polished look overwhelm somebody. Like, his freak factor obviously was just within his midsection, but everywhere else doesn't seem as much.
See what I just said? It's like the measurements and individual body parts. You'd be like, no, it doesn't have the best back or whatnot. But when you see it come out on stage, it just takes your eye. And it almost doesn't make sense, but when you see it visually in person, it's completely different. I seen at the Olympia, man. It's his skin tone, his texture, his look. The flow, like straight on, he walks out. He's boxy. He angles his hips and comes together. He makes his waist look the smallest in that lineup.
Yep. But even here, you can point it out. You can point out he needs more chest fullness. His arms are kind of short and stocky, right? His waist doesn't look as small. It's just different when you see it than in comparison rounds. Like, it's crazy. Speaking of this, though, Diogo Montenegro, where's he been? Like, this,
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Surgery, right? And then that's the last thing I heard.
Yeah, but last time we saw him compete, what was that the year he won the Arnold?
I think it was. Yeah.
Like, that's insane to go from winning the Arnold in 1 year and then not, because he didn't compete at the Olympia that year and then he just disappeared.
He had to pull out.
Yeah. Yo, I wanted to ask you guys. There was a little bit of a debate about it. I wanted to see if you guys shared the same sentiment. Do you guys think, realistically, like, this is realistic? Obviously, any given Sunday, there's anybody who can make a jump into that conversation to give Brandon a run for his money. Like, truly. Because there's talk online about how people need to be more realistic and stop covering things with a little bit of fluff and so on and so forth. And I was wondering if we had a tendency of doing that because of just trying to speak narratives into.
We tend to go off of relevancy. So when you look at it, for example, like when we were doing Pittsburgh last year, Brandon didn't compete in a long time, so you have to take that in account. So when you see not only the pictures, because it isn't always the same, right? Brandon's impressive in pictures, everybody else is in pictures. And it's not being biased, it's just kind of knowing the sport. It's kind of like saying, hey, listen, Tom Brady, even if he came back out of retirement, people would still have him and his team, depending on, what the players were in the mix. Just because he took time off, it's like, okay, maybe he'll be a little rusty, maybe won't make it to the Super Bowl. but you could almost guarantee with his track record, he'll probably figure out a way to make it to the playoffs. It's kind of the same way with Brandon, but Brandon hasn't been off the gas pedal since the Olympia. We saw him kind of redeem himself from all the guys that beat him at Pittsburgh. He beat again. He's doing more shows than ever, being a Mr. Olympia, three-time Mr. Olympia for that, doing like the China before the Olympia. Like he has something to prove, and I don't think it's anybody else. I think it's himself. I think he truly believes he's the GOAT and he's the standard, and more power to him. Whether it's true or not, like it's very subjective on what people think, but he believes it, and I feel that anything could happen. But to just play it safe, he's the guy that I'm riding with to win this show. And it has nothing to do with knowing him or being from the same hometown. It's just what he's done in men's physique as a whole. It's just what he's done. He's proved it,
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I think sometimes in our position, we always try to, I don't want to say poke holes, maybe that's just a me thing.
Yeah.
Like, I always try to see what the other side looks like, I guess you could say.
It doesn't even matter.
Other guys are hungry, bro.
Yeah.
Brandon placed how many places above E-Man, and he's the next closest competitor literally a couple months ago. Let's be real. Like,
yeah,
but I will say this on E-Man's behalf. When E-Man and Brandon were next to each other on stage in 2023, the first year that Ryan won the title, I was looking back at photos and even being on stage, E-Man was pushing Brandon, from my opinion. From just the fullness, from the polish. Brandon was polished, but I don't think it was Brandon's best look ever at the Olympia.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you.
But it was E-Man's best look. And kind of seeing that comparison, yes, Brandon still won on paper, but to me, I'm like, he did push him, So when we look at the most recent, Brandon was on and E-Man was off at the last time that the pace. That's why I talk about the relevancy of it. We always go off of the last placing, or like Ben and him being one placing apart as well. Like, E-Man was off and still beat Ben. So does that mean that when E-Man's on and Ben is on, that E-Man's always going to beat Ben? Like, it's speculation, but I go off of my predictions by making logical sense of this. Like, you guys kind of know how I break this stuff down. When I did the whole video with Chula, I like to know what I'm talking about based on stats and last showings and things like that. And things always happen, but you got to be realistic. And that's what I put into my predictions.
Yeah. I think there's this one thing that doesn't get judged that can make a big difference when people are, that close to each other. And like we talked about, it's the polish. We don't know how to judge that. One show you can have it, one show you don't. You can still look great. Like Brandon looked great at I think 2020, was it maybe 3 or whatever it was, or 4 Olympia, whatever it was.
23 Olympia, yeah.
He looked great, like phenomenal. But there's a polished look that we talk about that takes a great physique and puts it over the edge for that day, right? Yeah. It changes. It's something that it's hard. Maybe like you said, it's a perfect peak that brings everything. It
could be the tan with the right amount of oil, with the skin tone that you have that hit that specific stage lighting. I mean, we've all had that show. Alex had it in Miami and New York. I had it in Chicago. Yeah. I'm sure, Chris, you have a show that that you were just on that day for no fucking reason. You just were on,
It's like everything just aligns with it. Like cortisol's at a good enough point where like happy.
You usually don't expect it to be your best show either. It's kind of like, whoa.
Yeah.
You don't even know what you did.
Not at all. All right, Drew, you are your first week in prep right now?
Yeah, I started on Monday.
Anything different this year?
Not really, man. Besides the mindset. I mean, just was able to digest a lot of the things from last year that we touched on a little bit last week, and I had a podcast with Hart to really go into detail about that. So, nothing different, bro. Just kind of
Let me fix my audio. Time. Hold on.
The boys are back in town.
No, it kind of feels weird, man.
Hold on. I can't hear you. Right?
No, you're good. Look at him. I saw him post something today about whether he should go to Turkey or stay bald.
What up? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What's up? What's up with it?
What's up? Damn. How you been, bro?
I've been good, man. I've been busy, kind of, doing my own little thing out in this world of ours, and I can't complain. Life has been lifing.
You look good, man.
I had to shave the beard off.
I like it.
No, it looks real good.
So
that's the normal, man. We back to the 22 look, and we back to that 22 mindset right now. So it's, I'm a reflector. I've always reflected on life and how things and situations have gone in my life, to kind of, maneuver and move forward. So, that's what I've been doing, literally just having fun and playing all these different sports, snowboarding, paddle, basketballing, and footballing, and just doing it all. So, I'm living life. Can't complain. Just got back from looking at a gym that we're about to get going here in Texas, and
Oh,
life is gonna be good. So we'll have you guys come out to the gym when the time
That's what's
is
up.
is right.
absolutely. So do you think you're going to end up moving to Texas? Is that something that you might?
You know this.
I never know, man. I
You
know
know this.
you got a whole
No,
set of
I'll be in Texas first week in April for
Oh
sure.
shit. Hell yeah.
Awesome, man.
Bro,
Yeah,
There you
Texas
go.
is the perfect environment, especially with you. I'm guessing in prep in Texas, that's gonna be a dope environment. Especially
yeah.
if you are starting your own gym and kind of piecing your own environment together. I can only imagine.
It only makes sense. So thing is like, oh yeah, what about your kids? Man, I'll be flying back to Fresno every 2 weeks. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So, that's one thing. Yeah, I kind of I like and I don't like at the same time, but it's just more on, am I gonna let things hinder me, or do I go chase my dreams and give my kids the life that they want, regardless.
you hit the nail
Regardless.
on the head.
So
I was gonna
it's
say you're making
I'm
the
gonna
most.
always leave. I'm gonna always leave the legacy for them. So it's just things that I gotta do on my personal end to finish setting them up for success.
I love it, bro. I want to jump right into this because we haven't really had an opportunity to catch up and last anybody's really heard from you outside of you posting some personal like you said things that you've been doing paddleball snowboarding so on and so forth which we'll get into but I really want to kind of pick your brain a little bit last we did speak with you were stepping off stage fourth place in the world at the Olympia but from that we've really never got an insight on kind of how you digested that fourth place finish and kind of where your mind is, following that.
You know what? I just took it on the chin. Pause. But at the same time, it's certain things that you gotta take account for. And just the past 2 or 3 years from 23 to 25, of course, is I don't think I've given the sport my all. You know,
Mhm.
I got comfortable. I was just going through the motions. I can get my body back in shape. That type of mindset, and kind of having a dog mindset at the same time, because of course I still went and won a Pittsburgh Pro, won the Mexico Pro, and continue to do that legacy there. But I just think I need to. And when I had that conversation with Cuts, it's never on him. He has the plan. He has guys who win all the time. I don't think it was never on him. And I got a lot of people in my DMs or people saying shit like, "Oh, you need to change coaches and this and this and that." Man, y'all full of shit. And the thing is, bro, it's like, one, you got the best coach in the world, and two, it never fell on him. It's certain shit that I did during preps to where I'm like, oh, I can get away with this. I can get away with that. So it was myself letting myself down. So
That
like I
takes a lot
told
of
you,
maturity. That takes a
yeah,
lot. Most
yeah.
people, I'm telling you right now, bro, in bodybuilding, what we see when somebody doesn't get a placing that they want, it's a lot easier to point fingers at other people rather
Oh,
than
absolutely,
looking at
absolutely.
people.
I see it all the time. You know what I mean? I see people firing coaches, hiring new coaches all the time. But the thing is, it's like I got so much faith in Cuts, and the thing is, bro, like he's a best friend of mine.
Yeah.
So even this last prep towards the end, where I'm like, oh shit, I think I'm kind of behind. Like I need you to step away from this friend role and start like really being
So
that coach that I need. So
that's hard. And you know what? There's a big reason why I left my previous coach to actually work with Cuts. Even though we have a great personal relationship, it's a lot different. Like I'm hiring him for business purposes. And then with
yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah,
you guys rode through the ranks together, side by
yeah.
side, Olympias, Arnold's, the biggest and the highest of his career was also in conjunction with the biggest and highest of your career, right?
Correct.
So was that a conversation where you had to sit down with him and try to again break down, listen, There's a personal side, there's a business side.
Bro, we had that conversation. It was kind of tough.
Damn.
Not really, but I kind of told him, I said, bro, like, and he said it before. It was like because, and this is another thing I do want to hit on before I get to that. Cuts don't sit there and post me all the time. You know what I mean? And I had a conversation with a gentleman who kind of thought I was talking about him, but I wasn't. But Cuts has athletes who leave because they think the attention is on Erin. The attention is not on me. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, at all. And me and Cuts had that conversation, because the thing is, everybody knows that we're friends, we're close, and they think like I said, I get that attention, but it's never been like that, and it's been times even during the prep where I don't even talk to Cuts for a while. You know what I mean? Because I also understand that man is a grown ass man with a grown ass family that with two newborn babies. You know what I mean? So I'm a father. I know what I gotta go to this baseball practice. I gotta take the kids to eat. I gotta go play with these kids. He got all of that plus hundreds of athletes. So
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here bugging him, oh, post this, post that. You know what I mean? So that conversation just went to the point of me just breaking it down like, bro, it's like I don't need the friendship right now. I need you to really like be on me, pause, because I really need you to push me to another level. And I know I'm capable of it, bro. I know for a fact I haven't even hit. I'm far from what I should be doing right now
Yeah.
in this industry. So, you got to have those man conversations. You got to sit down and again reflect on, are you doing everything right, and not pointing fingers. You know what I mean?
You
So
know, I woke up in 2024, the morning of the Olympia, and I looked myself in the mirror and I just knew it wasn't it. Right.
yeah,
And any athlete who has ever had that feeling of waking up on show day and knowing you either nailed it or you missed it, it's a high emotion, right? But I try to convince myself as the athlete, as I'm eating my food, getting ready to go backstage, that you know what, my structure will reign supreme. My
yeah.
XYZ will stand out on stage, yada yada yada. The reality was, I knew it wasn't on. It didn't happen. At any moment on show day morning, did you have that feeling, or did you have a feeling of, I think this still might be enough?
Um, I thought it would be enough based on like how we really brought it in from where we were.
Yeah.
But as far as, you got to understand, these guys are peeled year round. Ryan, Brandon, Ali, they're all peeled year round. Aaron Banks goes and he's on vacation. You see what I'm saying? I'm chilling. I'm not doing. I'm good. So I'm traveling. I'm eating food everywhere. So, but this prep, even though, and I know y'all was talking about this, I think on the last podcast, Retta. Do you do it in your off season? Oh, we've been on Retta this off season, and the
Really?
thing is, this is, bro, I started my prep at 2:34. I haven't started my prep in the 2:30s
Hold on, hold on, hold on,
since
hold
I
on,
started.
hold on. You started prep?
Yeah, bro.
You have a
Oh
show in mind?
shit.
Like,
Everyone.
like you just throw that out here. Like you missed a qualified for life. I thought you was just
Yeah,
going
you
to the
gotta
Olympia.
throw the gunshots out here, because then these guys are gonna avoid the
It
show that
don't,
you're doing.
bro. You know this from being around me and talking to me, bro. I don't care about a qualification. I'm always gonna get out and compete. I'm never gonna do. Oh, I'm gonna do the Mr. Olympia. No.
What's up, guys? Pardon the interruption. I know a lot of you guys were asking about my coaching services or why I was not taking clients on. For those of you who don't know, I did have a baby recently, so my goal was to focus on my new schedule before I started taking on new clients, and I wanted to make sure that I give them as much value as possible. So now that we have all of our ducks in a row, I'm excited to be opening up my roster spots. You guys are all looking for a coach who prioritizes communication. Somebody who's going to make sure they get their check-ins back to you within 30 to 45 minutes. If you're looking for a coach who's going to create a custom plan for you, and also a plan that's actually enjoyable, right? I'm going to take into account things that you like and also things that you don't like. And then, of course, your training. We're going to take the thinking out of it for you. We focus on a progressive overload style of training, and also we're going to prioritize a plan that is centered around your strengths and also centered around your weaknesses. And then, of course, lastly, but most importantly, when it comes to the PED side, we will have a full game plan and laid out protocol for you, one that prioritizes us getting you closer to your goal, but also not absolutely destroying your health. So if you have any questions, please make sure to comment below. I'll get back to you guys. Maybe just comment coaching or shoot me a DM or just fill out the wait list. And I will reach out to you guys within 24 hours and I'll pick your brain a little bit more, tell you more about our coaching services and hear more about your goals.
Okay. So is he going back to defend his title?
Am I? I don't know.
Yeah. that neck rope said otherwise.
He said,
I don't know. I'm just, I'm in a place right now where I feel really good. And I mean, from the messages Cut sent me, the conditioning will be very, very different this year. And it's not that we're starting at, because bro, when I used to start preps, I started one prep one year starting at 254.
Oh shit.
And had to chip all the way down.
That's like my
last prep, I started at 248, had to pull all the way back down. Yeah. This prep where I'm at 230. Well, I just weighed 230 the other day.
So your skin's at a tighter point, so you're going to grow into the show. So that elasticity, you're gonna be growing into that show. You're just going to look tighter. So
this is the year where I feel I need to definitely push the conditioning because I don't need to be bigger. That's one thing I don't need at all. You know what I mean? So the main focus is just really just even working on a little bit more back in the lower lats, because I know when I do peel down, I might lose some of that. So we're just going to continue to build on the back that I've always built on and just bring the conditioning. I think it'll be a phenomenal look.
Let me ask you this. Over the last 2 Olympias, your feedback was centered around the same thing. Now, I don't know if this is, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if this is a conditioning thing or what it is, but it's been, and this is the same issue that I tend to have, the conditioning through the midsection. One, do you agree with the feedback? And 2, do you think that's an overarching, I just need to be tighter? Or is there something different that you guys are trying to make sure everything's etched out? Because I always say, if you have done it before, right, and especially as consistent as you've done it throughout your entire career, you should be able to do it again.
Yeah, and like I said, that, just not to cut you off, but that's all coming from the starting point. 234, 254.
That's true.
You're going to be able to eat a lot more food going into this as well, because whenever you're carrying more fat and all that, you have to peel a lot more off by the end. I mean, just from personal experience, I know that. So the lighter I've stayed, the way easier, and the best packages I've ever brought by staying light in the off season.
Yeah.
And that's what I said about you, Aaron. Before the Olympia, I was kind of giving you shit on this podcast because I was like, all right, he's starting his prep after going on those vacations. I know you had proposing to your fiance on your mind. You were kind of in a different headspace at the beginning than you are now. So you got through all that, which I was kind of talking about other competitors doing the same thing, like E-Man getting married and getting that off of his chest. Why don't you have other things in life that are off your chest and you're able to move forward like you now, and now you're having a longer time ahead of these shows to get ready, and you're staying leaner with less weight? It's going to be a way different story. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. And that's the main thing Cuts is focused on. He was like, bro, like, I don't know. I'm really excited because you didn't go crazy on food. Like, and back to what I was saying about the Rita is, do you use it in the off season? Absolutely, yes. Because one thing it did was suppress the hunger. Usually I'm going out to eat. I'm like, fuck it, give me dessert.
I've been out to eat with you, bro.
Give me this, give me that. You know what I mean? So I'm ordering every appetizer on Cheesecake Factory's list.
Drew and Erin,
a whole another entree and getting a carrot cake and a cheesecake at the same time. So we definitely did not do that this past couple of months. But I mean, did I enjoy food? Absolutely. But did I keep it more clean? Yes, I did.
Oh yeah.
I had to.
I've never seen people like Drew and Erin eat the way that they do, especially after a
I
show.
only do a post show, bro. Like
Yeah.
off season, I can't eat a lot of food.
Okay.
But
After a show,
I also like have that weight cap, and I'm like, I'm just when I gotta force food to get to that weight to add that size, it's like I hate food, bro.
Drew, do you know what's different about a physique like yours and mine? Like your body adapts very well.
Height,
Skin color, your body adapts extremely well, bro. I witnessed. Keep in mind, you're 1 week out from stepping on stage in Miami, and I arguably think that might have been one of your best packages of all time, maybe other than Hurricane. When you ate a lot, bro. I don't know how many rolls it was. I don't know. I remember thinking, there's no way that he could eat that way and then step on stage again in a week better. Bro, you did it. I've never seen somebody eat the way that you did. Your body adapt, rip right through it. I remember you texted it the next morning, was like, yeah, I'm losing weight. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How is this even possible? There's some people
like reach up in that battery, man. I was just in a deficit for so long, but my deficit, Dorian, you coach Dorian, like his zero carb to most people would be like 200 grams of rice. I'm kind of the same way. So after a show, when I've been, really low for weeks on end and I have that, it almost just kickstarts everything. I might be up in weight a little bit, but then I drop that metabolism and then I get hungrier and I eat more. Then I kind of go into the off season, then I'm just sick of food because I ate so much.
You did it after Vancouver. And then you went to Miami, or you went to Chicago and won the fucking show after eating all. I would never forget.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I don't know, man. And maybe just the cortisol or just kind of feeding, it's just stress, man. Going into a show, it's stressful. And then afterwards, you're so much more relaxed. You get that meal in, you can finally sleep a full night for like the first time in 6 weeks. It's crazy, but it does your body wonders. And I think that it's that, the sleep mixed with the food, the extra calories, the fat, the sugar, all of that. You just don't want to eat to where you get sick, but it always helped me. But I was just so in tune with my body, and Cuts was always like, yeah, go have a free meal. And Aaron's probably the same way. It's you look better after that.
Aaron, let me ask you this. We always talk about how you've been in the league for a short period of time, but you're older. Like you have the maturity of an older individual. So with that, you have felt like you said, you started different seasons different ways. Is there any way outside of just simply being leaner, I'm talking about more mentality wise, that you're starting this season with after everything that you've been through?
No, it's just I'm just back to old E. I'm not putting up with no bullshit. I'm just focused on myself and I'm locked in on myself. You know what I mean? It ain't no sugarcoating shit. I know when I'm at my best, I can't be fucked with, and that's a fact. And we've seen that when I went on that whole run. So it's just there ain't no shot at nobody. It's just I know what I'm capable of doing, and especially when I lock in and put my mind to it, it'll happen.
You say old E. If somebody fires a shot, can we expect one to be fired back?
I wouldn't be in front of a stray bullet.
I love that.
I wouldn't be in front of a stray bullet, and it's not too many that can fire shots. I mean, I've only been beat by Kyron, Corey, Brandon, Ali, Ryan, Kyron. That's it.
That's kind of crazy. How you say
Everybody else, they can't say a word to me. You can fire all you want. I've been doing this at the highest level for the last 5-6 years now, and like I said, it's only been 6.
Yeah, I love it, man. Can you please do me a favor here? I get this question nonstop, still to this day.
Oh, Cali Corky.
Yeah, I was gonna say Houston.
Cali.
I get this question nonstop, and I'm sure the guys do too.
Oh, Raymond. My bad. Hey, I just forgot. I mean, he beat me in Pittsburgh my first year, him and Kyron.
Can you please answer the question from your perspective so we don't have to answer this question anymore? Why did last year you decide to take a step away from the podcast during your prep? Please answer the question so people don't think that there's a massive falling out. We don't like each other, all of these
And
things.
I hate these motherfuckers, man. They get on my goddamn. No, I'm just kidding. No, man. The thing about me, man, I just had so much going on in the personal life. At the end of the day, there's there's certain things that you got to prioritize, and there's some things you just got to let go for sometimes. You know what I mean? So, like you said, the engagement, the traveling, bro. I traveled so much in 2025. It is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I've never traveled that many.
Mhm.
It was just flight after flight after flight. Bro, like I just moved into my house last March, and I'm just moving out again to move to Texas. In that matter of time, I can probably say I was at home for a total of 5 months total,
Yeah.
not even a full year. Because again, I was on the go, going here, going there, and I'm staying in Texas for 2 weeks, a month, half, like, you know what I mean? So it was just so much going on, and it wasn't no ill will towards nobody, you know. It's just I just had to prioritize my life.
Yeah. I think, and I explained this to I think Drew in the last episode, you know, unlike many podcasts out there, a lot of times when we hop on here, we are going through it. We are walking the walk, right?
Yep.
And people might think it's as simple as hopping on here, pressing record and talking for an hour or whatever it might be.
No, it's not that.
It's not that simple. I promise you, from the outside looking at, I know it looks that way, but it's not. We have routines, we have families, we have for this hour block. We're stepping away
Yeah.
from something, right? So
Yep.
as much as we love it, and trust me, I love it. I love getting on here with these guys and talking our shit and talking about bodybuilding. But at the same time, there's certain, especially in a prep setting,
Yeah.
that hour can feel like a millennium.
It's crucial. Because,
Yeah.
bro, sometimes I'd be like, damn, I just want to go to sleep. And these
Yeah.
niggas want to do a podcast and shit. I'm like,
But
all right, let's do it.
it's hard though to a degree, because then your guys' comments, right? The when they walk up to us at shows,
Yeah.
it was always something about, the podcast, the synergy that we had. And it was a blessing at the same time, but that was also another kind of cloud over us. We have to do it. We have to do it. We have to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
again, I know how you feel, and I know when you were going through it, everything that
And one thing you'll understand is because congratulations on your
Thank
newborn. You'll understand. I'm telling you right now, you will understand very quickly.
Hey, Erin, your baby mama, she's light skinned. Let me
She's
ask you.
Mexican.
Oh, she's Mexican?
She
Okay.
ain't black.
Well, listen, I look at my kid and I'm like, that's a white baby.
Yeah, what's up with the eyes, bro?
I don't
She
know what-
definitely got
eyes.
your wife eyes.
Bro,
My
Your
kids
wife is the
definitely-
dominant gene.
bro, he
My
has
kids
nuance.
definitely got my dominance.
See,
My kids definitely got my
Hey,
dominance.
Alex, so you're not dominant.
bro, I thought
That's
I
what that
was.
means.
Bro,
Think about that. Think about that.
everybody in my family, top of them have strong genetics. Like, if you look at my
Hey, she's the
family,
top, isn't she?
like,
You're the
bro,
bottom. She's the top. It's
Bro.
okay.
Hey, you're not wrong. I was definitely on bottom.
That's why it took you so long. Gravity goes down, buddy, not up.
Yeah, but it was after a leg day. I know exactly the time too. My
Oh,
legs was hurting
okay.
and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hilarious. You stupid as hell.
Yo, Erin, somebody came up to me in the gym and they brought you and our conversation up. Well, everybody's conversation up when we were having that back and forth about the day I said I would miss the birth of my son for the Olympia. Bro,
How would you feel now?
I sitting in my seat now, I was dead wrong.
Bro,
No,
I'm so glad you said that.
there's no world.
She said you said that. She listening to your ass.
It's like, what?
Bro, that was-
the divorce paper right there.
The thing is, bro, and I remember my kid's birth like it was yesterday. It's an emotional roller coaster because I'm already an emotional dad. Like, and I knew, like, when I first my daughter, when she was born, bro, I just sat there and just held her, cried.
Yeah.
And then when I had my son, we call my son the miracle baby, for a couple reasons. When he came out, he had his umbilical cord wrapped around his neck and about 4 knots in a damn umbilical cord.
Oh,
So
shit.
he was so active in the womb, and then when he came out, like, he wasn't breathing. Like, he was kind of bluish, and I'm like, and it was just like dead silence in the room. The doctor kept flicking his foot, and he woke up, bro. I just instantly, it was a wrap. And then when they weighed him, he's 10 pounds, 3 ounces. I said, what the
What the fuck? 10 pounds? Oh my
bro?
God.
He was a monster, man.
He was eating,
So
bro.
Oh my
he
God.
So
he,
he said there was multiple reasons why it was a miracle baby. It was a trend baby then.
Yeah.
to be honest, I was actually blasting too.
That's crazy, bro.
It's crazy.
I've never
And
understood.
We
people
have
say,
a
yeah,
bunch
you
of
can't have
super
babies
soldiers
on
out
gear
there.
and stuff. No, no, I was definitely blasting.
Yeah, Andre Ferguson was the one who said that his little demon was a trend baby.
And to be honest, bro, like it's scary when my son plays sports because he's just good at all of them.
Yeah,
And
he's
I'm like,
big
son,
too.
pick one. I mean, bro, we in five right now: baseball, soccer, basketball, football,
That's
and
wild.
karate. I'm like, bro, pick one, please.
If
So
you had to pick
Jackson,
one, if you had to pick one, if you wanted him to pick one, what would it be?
Soccer,
Really?
bro, he's a dog. He's a dog.
Soccer, I think soccer players make the most money.
He's a dog.
mhm.
It'd be that or baseball. Because I mean, I got two younger cousins right now that are getting drafted to go play in Puerto Rico. And bro, they are I don't know. It's just a Banks gene when it comes to athletes in our family. Like my uncle Rudy, he was the one who invented the 540 dunk. You can look that up. It's everywhere. It like we're a family full of athletes. My sister played pro basketball. My cousin played basketball. Like it's just an athletic family.
I give you credit, bro, because I think that at one point in my career, especially when I consider quote unquote my height of my career at the time, um, I stopped doing all of that shit. I stopped.
Don't let it go. The
I,
thing is, you gotta you that and I don't know if it's just the competitiveness in me because bro, I've been competitive since I was probably 6 months old. And the thing is, bro, it's like I I I still love every sport that I play, and I still do it just because I want to stay mobile. And I don't want to walk around in the streets just like, oh, that's the bodybuilder. Everywhere I go, bro, they don't think I'm a bodybuilder. They think I'm a basketball player. I got called fucking Mike Tyson in China. Like, what? What is that? What is that? Like, I don't have no face
They probably
tattoo,
think you're scary, bro. They're probably like, this dude's
that or
massive. We
I'm
don't
a I'm
see
a
that out
football
here.
player or something like
Yeah.
that. So that's what those are compliments that I really enjoy. You know what I mean? Because I'm not one dimensional, and I
Yeah.
don't ever want to be shown that I'm one dimensional. Yes, I'm a professional bodybuilder. I love it to death. That's my career, and that's where I get my money from. But as far as again, we talk about bodybuilding as a business. One person who's trying to grow the business is me because I do certain things. I do everything outside of this sport to integrate it. You know what I mean? How many paddle players you think now all of a sudden know who Aaron Banks is as a bodybuilder? Bro, I played with plenty of pros already.
Dude, I saw after I seen you post some stuff, I saw Ryan Terry posting some stuff
Oh,
on paddle ball. I'm like, damn, shit, maybe I gotta start doing it again.
it's definitely a super competitive, fun sport, which I'm actually playing in a little bit. I'm actually playing in a little bit,
Extra
but
cardio.
that cuts was like, I'll prove it. It's bro, like you strapped on that Apple Watch, you will burn over 2,000 calories easily,
Yeah.
That's
Like,
wild.
easily. So it's a very competitive, fast-paced sport. So when you think about it, think about like racquetball and handball. Mix those two together and put it in a cage.
yeah. I don't know, man.
It, it,
I
it's
lost it.
super fun.
I saw a highlight tape of you. Was it college or high school? You playing quarterback?
Oh yeah,
You was
bro, I was
like
a
that.
dog lefty,
You
bro.
you were like that. Like I thought you were just all
Bro,
right.
I was supposed to go to Michigan State for quarterback.
Shit, what happened?
Them grades. Aaron Banks didn't like school, I tell you that. Until I learned that I needed school to play sports. So,
Um,
like my story has been crazy, and even going back to my high school because of this, I'll talk about that later. But Going back to my high school and watching a kid play basketball, which I found out was my cousin, which is crazy. Um, they was like, we couldn't imagine you. We thought you were gonna go play professional football and all this other stuff, but like we didn't think you would grow to be this person in the world. Like I'm like, Me neither, because I never wanted to do it. And it was like, well, what made you do it? I'm like, I just didn't block my blessing. I said no for a year. I mean, I did not want to do it, and one day I just woke up and then it was COVID and I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with my life? I mean, I might as well try it. And it was successful. It was successful. So, but kind of going back to high school, bro, it's this eighth grader. This kid is a freak. I don't know if y'all see me post about him.
Wait, I think I did see you post about him. I saw you. He plays basketball, right?
Number one in the nation,
Yeah, I
eighth
saw him
grader.
dunking on people. He's from
This
Fresno.
kid is out of this world. Out
So
of this world.
speaking of sports, I've grown up playing football. Went to college for playing football. I'm curious to know your perspective on this. What characteristics did you take away from playing at a high level of football that easily translated you or transitioned into being successful in bodybuilding?
It was just the mindset and the discipline that we had in our routine when I played football, bro. We had zero period. We had lifting at lunch. We had after school, after our practice, we had to go lift. Everything was so structured. It was like we were running college programs in high school, which is why we won our Valley Championship. And I think we were like 19 of the state of California at the time. And bro, we came in and beat a team in Texas, which you guys all heard about the team that's on Friday Night Lights, Midland Lee. We
Yeah,
went and beat them in a double overtime. You know what I mean? So we were just so structurally good, and I understand now because our football coach, come to find out, he's a freaking bodybuilder.
oh
You
shit.
know what I mean? I just thought he was just big to just be big. But I'm up here looking at Masters men's physique pictures, and I'm like,
That's the
is that Coach Murph? Bruh,
you know, I
bruh.
there was a I have a weird one though. Like discipline 100%, but I think I could have been disciplined, you know, just based off of me getting into the sport. When football's taught me where to get a new sense of motivation. And I say this, and there was nothing more motivating to me than a corner talking shit. I
True.
my
That
I
was
would
that was
elevate my game, my frustration, but also while keeping it cool. And I notice I do the same thing, and I try to find little things to
yeah.
frustrate me purposely to
Yeah.
spark that, to
That
motivate
that
me.
that was me because as you know who I am and the shit talker that I am, like I I almost didn't get my championship ring because they tried to appeal that Aaron Banks was talking shit to the coaches and doing X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? So it I was that linebacker, bro. And even as quarterback, I was always talking across the line.
Ah, you're that.
I always wanted to make my opponent feel weaker. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because the
yes,
thing is, like, if I make him feel some type of way, he may even come at me with aggression, and I already know how to get at him in a different way. So
yeah.
it's the mind game in the football play that also translate too. You know what I mean? Because even just take the beginning of my career. Aaron Banks came out hot talking hella shit. Everybody was fluttered, right?
Mhm.
That threw him off their game. That's not saying I'm coming to do that now because one, I'm just too damn grown for that.
What threw them off your game was when you delivered on it because
That part.
it gave because nobody else they didn't have ammo anymore because
Yeah.
they only says he has to back it up. When you talk your shit, if you don't back it up, that's where everyone's going to unload. Pause.
Yeah.
When it comes to
But and let me tell you a thing is and why how I said I got comfortable. When I got comfortable, I stopped talking shit. As y'all realize, 23 to 25, Aaron wasn't doing all this back and forth because I was just comfortable just okay, I already won it. You know what I mean? So I know I can do it again, but I'll start when I'm ready. I'll be ready when I'm ready. I didn't have that mindset to where when I first came in. But like I said, the 2022 and 2021 Aaron is that mindset is back, but it's just gonna be the delivery is just gonna be a little bit different. I'm not gonna sit here and go back and forth with grown men where I mean majority of us we should be going to masters. We shouldn't be we shouldn't be arguing back and forth with each other. One thing that I've been telling everybody for the last 2 or 3 years from Raymond, Ryan Terry, I don't even think I talked to Mark Anthony about it. I tried to talk to Brandon about it, but one thing that
Your guys' relationship still not there? Even after all this, like years past, it's still
no.
that shit don't make sense to me.
But one thing I wanted to that I've said, I think I even told you guys about it. Like, I really wanted to get a men's seminar for men's physique and have I talked to Raymond about it too, about having a men's seminar for men's physique guys where we all make money off of it. You know what I mean? Like, if we're
Branding and using your likeness.
held at a pedestal and people are coming to these workshops and doing what we're doing. And we're not talking about just doing this in the States. I'm talking about going to different countries and places where they would never see a Mr. Olympia.
Yeah,
Ask me how many times Mr. Olympia's went to China.
Brandon,
Just Brandon, yeah.
Brandon, that's
Me
it.
and Brandon.
Yeah, you.
You know what I mean? So the thing is when I went there, they're like, man, it's so crazy that you're here. We never get to see you guys. Bro, that's like when we talk about wanting to grow the business, they want to
Mhm.
see us.
Yeah.
They just don't want to see us on Instagram or the Mr. Olympia stage.
When you went there, it was like a mob. I felt like
Bro,
they were all
I
over you.
tell you right now, China is where it's at.
Are
I
you?
could live in China, but they don't care about learning English. So they don't, bro. They speak more Spanish in China than they speak English at all.
That'd be hard
So
there.
the thing is like China is a beautiful, beautiful country. We went to seven different stops, and it was just incredible. It was
Yeah.
incredible.
That's a place I want to compete this year. At some point this year, I would love to
Bro, it's
compete.
like 4 shows in China right now this year.
Yeah, trust me. I'm gonna.
And I might be going back to China. I
Bro,
might.
if any international show would it be China this year?
Bro, I got 3 international shows lined up.
Oh fuck,
Bye.
you run the gauntlet this year.
Mexico.
Yeah,
Of
definitely
course,
Mexico.
Mexico.
Definitely
Yeah, of course, there's a Mexico
That
show
was
in there.
coming.
Of course.
Corella trying to go home. Where's she from? Where's she from?
Dubai. He's got
She's from
Dubai.
Monterrey.
Okay. All right, Erin,
So they actually got a show there too.
I want to talk about current events. I want to talk
Yep, that's
about
right.
the Arnold Classic. All right, I'm not sure if you've been paying attention to bodybuilding. I know sometimes in off seasons people
No,
turn.
I'm getting back into it because that's one thing I need to stop doing is not worrying about the sport and kind of giving my insight on the league and how things should be running. And I've been seeing some things and hearing things, and it's a
So
lot of.
it's a lot going on right now. So we have outside of this, Edvon is not doing the show. Everybody else on the graphic is confirmed. They're
Why he
doing
not
it.
doing the show?
I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if they hinted at health concerns, but I felt like I saw something along those lines when he posted that they weren't doing the show. So I'm not sure what's going on. I mean, he's definitely been running the gauntlet for a while. Could just
I
be.
definitely think he should not let people get in his head. And I'm not saying it's an excuse, but I can tell you right now, that's very high in his head.
Yeah,
He's hearing too much.
it could. I think if he would have done this show, he would have been the closest to giving Brandon
Absolutely.
money.
Absolutely.
Bro,
And I think that if he would have brought the looks that he's brought in pretty consistently at every show that he's done this past year, maybe outside of I would even say even the show that Dilson did, I think Dilson and him was a really, really crazy close battle. But even still, I think that Edvin could have been in that top two conversation. Now, before I say anything else, you looking at this lineup, what are the first few things that come to your mind?
Brandon's winning it.
Yeah, all right, that's one. 100%. Is there anybody else who you think could give him a run for his money if they're 100% and maybe Brandon leaves the door open?
Vitor Chavez.
Oh. So have you seen the recent updates from Emmanuel by chance?
I think I saw a couple of them.
Bro, I want to get your thoughts on this because
I think he's getting a little too big.
okay, so that's a perspective because we were just talking about how full he looks right now. And I kept saying, I don't know how this is sitting under the weight cap.
Like
But
his arms are getting bigger. Like I get it. He looked great, but he's you got to understand Emmanuel's structure. His legs aren't catching up to his body yet, and that's always been a factor of his structure.
yeah,
So if you're blowing out the upper part, how that lower gonna look?
I never thought about that.
It is true because if you look at the Olympia this year, everybody had legs in that first call out.
You're right.
But that's again, there's no
Just as
shot.
far as
There's
like the top
just-
to bottom. Yeah, no, I agree.
When we're talking about a overall physique that's going to win the Arnold or the Olympia, it needs to be from head to toe.
Yeah, we talked about this with his other shows too. That was actually a main point we were talking about back in those months.
Like, look at his arms.
You know what? But this is the hard part because they're big, but they're not.
It still flows, but
Unproportionate.
what I'm thinking is the lower half when you look at Brandon. So yes, E-Man might
That's
have
what I'm
better
saying.
back.
You gonna look
Yeah.
at Brandon. Brandon legs are fucking classic. Like Brandon got wheels.
You know what? I never thought
And
of
then,
it from
and
that
then you gonna
perspective.
talk about, okay, you got a better back. Brandon's front is fucking lights
Yeah.
out.
Best in the league.
Mhm.
Nasty. Okay, so where do you have Emmanuel Fong in a lineup like this? Aaron, I never thought about that. Every update that we've seen has been obviously with him having like longer pants on. So I guess I never even thought about the balance from top to bottom. And we saw that hurt Corey Morris at an Arnold in the past. It was last year's Arnold.
It hurts a lot, and people think it's just, oh yeah, like they don't really care about it. They care about it. They care about a full physique, regardless if they can see our legs or not. They can see our legs push through our shorts.
Yep.
And that was one thing that Bernadette, um, Bill, um, Sandy, when they saw me come out for, what show was that? They were saying my legs were crazy big.
But your legs are huge now. We were just talking about this, maybe thinking of the last episode or
Yeah, and they said something. Oh, it was from the Olympia, and then when I went to do the Mexico show, it was like your legs have gotten tremendously big. Like I'm like it's me as a 6 foot guy. I'm still trying to match them. Of course, these goddamn calves ain't growing. I don't know what the hell. I'm trying, but they just ain't growing. The leg and one thing I love to hear is, oh, he don't have legs, but I mean. It is what it is.
no,
But
bro, nobody can say that.
looking at this, like realistically,
Yeah, what would you say your top 5 is right now?
I definitely gonna go Brandon.
Brandon 1.
I really like Vitor Chavez, bro. Like he's a fucking workhorse. And the thing is, his physique it flows. He got legs. He got a small waist, and that's another thing. Like I don't think Emmanuel's waist is smaller than his. I don't even think Emmanuel's back is so much better than his. But again, I think Vitor Chavez's front shot is better than Emmanuel's.
I think his waistline is better than Emmanuel's. Right.
Yes.
So I get what you're saying in that perspective. I'm trying to see. He usually posts some kind of video, but I'm trying to see if like this was nasty.
Yeah, he's tightened up his core a lot more over the
Oh,
years since
like,
he
look at
started
that.
working with cuts. He
Bro,
used to have that bloat
that's
look.
nasty.
He doesn't anymore.
I don't care what nobody said. That's
Oh
nasty.
my God. How many? This is 5 weeks out, bro. This is 5 weeks out.
It's
He's
nasty.
gonna be ready. He's gonna bring it.
And the thing is, he's only gonna he not even close to his weight cap.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm curious. See, that's the thing. His biggest issue in the past was what? The extension.
His core.
Exactly.
Bro, looking at that core right now, that core ain't been seen yet.
That's a
Period.
That's the best I've seen his score.
Yeah. He can bring that to the stage in itself. That's going to be crazy. All right, so you got
So
second.
I'll say Vitor there.
Okay.
I'm gonna run with Andre Dayu. Then I'm gonna go Emmanuel and then Ben.
Ooh, Ben breaking in the top 5. I think I agree. Yeah.
The thing is I don't care who's there or who comes the most peeled. It is a structured game when it comes to men's physique.
Mhm.
And Ben does not come unconditioned.
True. And he has been posting some pretty good updates lately.
No, he looked good. He looked good. I've seen his back pose. He's filling in the areas that he need to fill in.
Yeah.
Like he's tight right now.
And he's actually doing a show.
I was gonna say 3 weeks or something, right?
He's a week. Yeah, I think a week before the Arnold, whenever that is.
Yeah.
See, I will pull out of that show.
He's going. The thing is, he's going all the way to China.
Tokyo.
See, why?
You're doing UK too, right?
Yeah,
That's
and then he's
pointless.
in the UK.
That- that's pointless. You need to put all and here's my problem. Everybody talk about Ben because Ben don't do the proper shows that he need to do. But if Ben's signing up for this Arnold, all my eggs should be on that Arnold. Fuck them other shows. You can go do them other shows in between the Arnold and the Olympia. You don't need to be doing that show right before the Arnold. I don't care if you need a warm up. Do a mock peak.
Yeah,
But I wouldn't be doing
I
the
will
other
say
shows.
Ben's physique. This is where it gets hard because I've had the opportunity to see Ben consistently before shows, leading in, so on and so forth. He does look a lot better after he does a show, but I just don't know how.
So what's wrong with a mock peak?
Because the problem with a mock
Have you well just wait, you haven't been through a cuts mock peak yet.
That's
like,
true.
Bro, it's for real.
That's true.
Like
but,
it's for real.
but
It
a
ain't
mock-
You got to look at travel too. You're on a China, like it is a lot on the body, and we've
That's
all
what it
traveled, and we've seen how this is. So what Banks is saying, just put all your eggs in one basket for the big show, and then in
because he
between,
already
go
looked
as you go.
good. Like
Yeah.
he already looks good, but why not improve until the Arnold? I wouldn't waste my time on no show. I don't care how much money they paying you.
I would say the reason I think he's doing it is last year I think he did, what was it, India, and he qualified. He didn't do many shows last year.
Oh, so
I think
okay.
he-
So let me tell you this. I know another guy doing the China show too. So if he go out there and lose to that dude, what that's gonna make him do for the Arnold? Where you think his mindset gonna be at for the Arnold? I know a couple nice dudes doing the China show. So if he lose, because again, he ain't no Mr. Olympia where they can say, "Oh, Brandon, oh he's gonna win the show. Oh, Aaron, he's gonna win the show. Oh, Ryan Terry, gonna win." Ben name ain't like that out there. They don't know who Ben is.
Hey, he's also coaching during these shows too.
I don't
So that
think
adds another factor.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think anybody out of China right now, outside of the guy who plays 6, is beating Ben. And I'm trying to figure.
I think in the China market, it's about 3 solid dudes that can beat
Nah,
Ben
There's 3
in
of them.
China.
There's 3 of them.
Don't sit there and say because somebody plays 6 in the United States at the Olympia. We talking China's a whole different market and a whole set of judges that
Yo.
don't know Ben.
And we know damn well if he was a well-known name, he definitely wasn't placing 6th at that show.
Who?
The Chinese dude.
He ain't well known.
Well, no, he's
No,
not.
what I'm saying is if
If he was well known, he would have been in the top 3 with all of us.
You have been top 2.
Bro, look nice.
Okay, so you know what? Hold on. And you just said something, and I want to ask you an honest question. Do you think that popularity helps?
Come on, bro.
Are you kidding me?
Do you know how many? I'm not even gonna say this. I'm not even gonna say it.
That's what I'm saying. Do you?
Hey, you have the guys walk across the stage, and you know somebody. Where's your eyes going first? Who's getting that first look?
There's a lot of guys on this list we haven't even talked about. Why is that? And they all look dope.
Exactly.
Because we don't know them. You're not going to have a guy. Look at, for example, the East Coast I did last year. Who had the guy that won winning? Nobody knew him.
I don't even know his name. Francisco. Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why the Chinese guy went from 11th to 6th, because once he was in the lineup and they finally saw the dude, they're like, oh, okay, boom, 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 started making his way down the line, because you start comparing him to the guys you actually know.
You know, but then there's people like Erin who first Olympia placed 2nd. Like that gives me hope.
Yeah, but they saw him on the
His
come up.
physique, bro.
They still saw him next to Raymond.
But
They
that's
still
the
saw
thing.
him.
Like, it's not like Erin has been working for years and years and been working up the ranks. I came to the league with a totally different physique that you guys have never seen before.
And nobody's done that before in men's physique history.
Exactly.
Nobody's done that.
So
So that's the
that's
exception to the
different.
rule that we're used to.
But the thing is, like with Juxian, Buddy gonna be in top 5 next year. I guarantee you.
100%. 100%.
I guarantee you. And that's why I'm actually working my ass off. Because that's one person I'm afraid of.
I love that.
I think everybody in that top 5 is afraid of him,
And
bro.
if they not afraid of that kid,
Bro, it's AI physique. That's why I call it.
if
AI.
you're not afraid of that,
Let me. What's his name? It's
Juxian.
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 You were just in China with him, weren't you?
Yeah, bro, we built a connection, bro. Like that's my boy,
Bro, when I
yeah,
saw this
right there,
video,
bro.
when I saw this video,
bro. Look at that shit. That shit is
What?
dummy,
are you serious?
bro.
Honestly,
That's my guy.
This might have been the
That's
most.
my guy.
Unreal.
This might have been the most impressive physique of
A
2020.
little bit more density in those lower lats, and it's a wrap, bro.
And bro, like one thing, like when I went to China, and I'm like, I know I'm in the off season. Like I didn't really care, but like giving this dude a hug, shaking his hand, and
That's
just being around, I'm like, bro, you're fucking full of shit.
Yeah, look at
Like,
him. This is off
I
season,
need to get on my shit.
bro. This is
That's
off
a
season.
big boy.
Are you
That's a
serious?
big boy.
Like I love this kid, and he's super humble, man. Like I can't wait to get the gym built because he's gonna come out here for the Olympia. He's gonna stay out here with me for the Olympia.
Does he know English?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I would love that. I would love to get him on this podcast. He is probably one of the most known/unknown guys in this league after 2020.
Bro, he's a superstar in China.
So okay, so that's what I was going to ask you. After 2025, his season, you saw him basically after that. Was he a celebrity out of nowhere?
Bro, celebrity. Bro, when I'm not saying all them people in China was there for me. I tell you that. They was all happy to see me, but when you got new fish like that just hit just from your country and that been on that big stage, 6th place in the world, bro, he the new
He's putting them on the map. Yeah. He's putting them on the map. So
Chris, let me ask you,
name a last time you seen a men's physique Chinese person in the top 10.
I can't.
No.
I can't.
That's why they love this kid.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, his future is. I can get like, if he stays on course, his mindset. He's a workaholic. Like he works, he eats.
Let me ask you.
I guarantee you, within 5 years, if he not Mr. Olympia, something wrong. There's no way this kid don't become a Mr. Olympia.
I agree with that.
There's no way.
Aaron, I'm going to ask you.
He's that damn good.
I want to ask you about this kid. I'm not sure if you've seen him before.
Anik?
Yeah.
Yeah, he saw him at Junior Nats with us.
Yeah.
Oh, he did compete there.
Yeah, we were all there. Yeah.
All right. What does he need to do?
Everything.
I hate. Can now find a fucking video. All right, here we go.
He needs to do everything and stop listening to everybody putting shit in his ear. He needs to find one solid mentor, one solid coach to really walk him through this league. Because I think he got too many people talking to him.
I don't know if that's an assumption or based off of his different looks, because he has been inconsistent.
It's too many inconsistencies. That tells you he listening to everybody.
That makes sense.
Because he's trying to do and implement everything that everybody is trying to tell him. And guess what? It's off every time. What I think he needs to do, like if he brought his conditioning, he's already a bubbly ass dude. Like Junior Nats, dude was full blown.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go.
If he bring them legs up a little bit, work on his back, the upper back, and just come peeled,
posing.
Then we talking. And his posing, it got to be that posing.
Yeah.
He can't be stiff. You can't don't. Bro, and that's one thing I'm changing this year. I'm not doing all this dumb shit I used to do. I'm going back to old Aaron Banks, fucking peekaboo over there.
I didn't think it was dumb.
Wait. Before I close this out, I think Anik has a crazy physique. Again, like you said,
he has a phenomenal physique, and he has very great potential to do a lot of great things and win big shows. But like I think he just needs to really focus on his craft. I mean, he needs a mentor to really guide him through his professional career.
You know, one big Indian competitor, right? When I think of Indian competitors, it might be like 5 total of them who are actually considered good, right? Who qualified for the Olympia or have been in the top conversation, whatever. One of those top guys went to cuts. I'm not talking about Buwan. Recently, he hasn't announced anything yet, but he went to cuts and he has the same issue. I think his looks were extremely inconsistent.
Who's the guy that beat you?
Amit.
Okay.
Yeah. His looks were extremely inconsistent. And I think Cuts is a guy is a product of consistency. I think that's
Let me just say one more other thing. This is why Cuts is so fucking great. He takes on athletes from different countries that don't have the same resources we have in these states.
They don't even speak English, bro. Half of them.
They don't speak English. Bro, you go to China, I dare you to go ask for some goddamn chicken.
Yeah, actually,
I dare you.
I just got my check-in response from
bro. It's straight up duck. They eat duck there. Like duck is the primary thing. And don't get me wrong, I love
fatty.
duck. That's what my dad cooked duck. But
Real fatty.
to not have the right stuff, that can throw you off.
I just got my new plan from Cuts. I was hoping now that we're in prep, he's gonna lower my food. Tell me how my food's higher. This thing is crazy, bro.
Did your esters change? Did your esters change?
No, I'm still on.
Bro, I'm at 280 grams of white rice every meal right now.
Bro, I got 400.
We're the same, Banks.
You're tripping.
We're at around the same.
Bro, you tripping.
400, bro.
He's filling.
I remember the days he had me at that. I think he's preparing you and loading you now, because when he does cut you on the food, I feel like your body's just it's kind of shocking that metabolism right now.
Yeah,
because then you're gonna drop it.
Like 3,000 calories with him, because that's how much he fed me in off season. I remember I was bitching you, Drew. I go, "Is this right? Like, what do you go through?" And you told me you were like on 50 grams or 100 grams more than me. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Let me tell you something, though, Alex. He's preparing you.
Food. Listen, I can't wait to drop food.
We all have the same, I think, just working with the same coach, but embrace it right now, Alex, because he's going to have you starving. You're going to be praying for more food.
You're going to be looking at that cream of rice bowl.
You're going to know what suffering is, bro. You're going to know what suffering is.
You know what my problem was, though, in the past? I think that I dieted down extreme. Like 0 carbs, 5 weeks out, 2 hours of cardio. I was very traditional, old school.
It almost doesn't feel right eating how much food you're eating right now, but there's a point to it. He's setting you up now. Like Banks says, when you started the season at 250, it's just different. He's setting you up in the right way, because shows are won from 15, 16, 18, 20 weeks out, bro. You know, the easy part is 10 weeks down, because then you like the way that you look and you're just in rhythm.
Yeah. You know, from working with Cuts now for the last, 7, 8 months at this point, I've noticed a few things. And I get this question.
He gave you a kid.
He did. He helped. He did. And that's why I wanted to make sure I showed him love when, I found out. But I don't think, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I think Cuts is a perfect coach for certain individuals, not everybody. I think Cuts, and I'm not saying he couldn't work magic with their body. I'm talking about the actual, I guess,
the person, the character.
Exactly. If you are somebody who needs their hand held, if you need consistent,
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that's not the one.
As I'm telling you guys right now. Listen, I have
drop your ass, bro.
I don't listen. I don't text Cuts outside of check-ins, or if something is an urgent question that is regarding the plan. Right. If we talk personally, we literally text outside of the Telegram app that we use about personal stuff. We won't text, in the same Telegram app about personal stuff. Right. So if you need your handheld, which at a point in my career, I felt like I needed that, or I enjoyed that, the consistent reassurance. And that's why my previous coach was so good for me at that time. But now that I'm at a point where I don't give you just tell me what to do, and I'm
gonna do it.
I'm just, everything else is okay, simple, no questions, boom. That's all it is for me right now. I talk to Cuts maybe once, twice a week max right now. What sweats we
Same
come out?
with me. Same with me.
I don't need
Probably it's the same with Banks. Probably like there's
Right
no
now,
bowling guys
we
in this
don't talk too
room.
much.
yeah. So
He just made it. Just made. Well, now he's giving me cheats because now my body start. He's like, bro, you went from 235 to 230. What?
Yeah.
Go get sushi. I'm like, well,
all
see
right,
ya.
listen, Erin, before we get out of here, I have to ask you this question. You started to talk about it a little bit. I cut you off. Is this gone?
Yeah,
Is
that
this
shit's out of here.
is this gone?
That shit is gone.
This is gone.
That
Bro.
shit is gone.
Oh my God. The amount
It
of
was just a phase, bro, and then everybody started doing it. And
everyone
now
started
that it's
fucking
gone,
doing
you're not
it.
going to see it anymore.
Bro, everybody started doing it. Everybody. Keep in
Man.
mind, I'm covering shows, right? I'm watching all these. I'm sitting
Yeah.
here, no fucking way. Boom.
People that shouldn't be doing it are doing it.
Bro, people don't understand. Like
And that's what kind of took me away from my back pose, even though like I would hear judges tell me don't do it. But at the end of the day, I just want a Mr. Olympia doing it. What are you talking about? Don't do it.
yeah.
We going back to the old me, bro. I'm gonna just smooth everything out and I be good, bro. I'm back.
Yep.
I think and this is like advice for people watching this. It is extremely important to watch and study your favorite posers, but you also have to understand what might work for them might not work for you. You have to understand your
Absolutely.
strengths versus your weaknesses and theirs.
That's
So
what posing is.
exactly. So I actually get why Aaron was pulling on his obliques. It's the same reason why a lot of times in my off season, or I'm sorry, in my prep updates or whatever, and that I post, it's shots where my hands up and I'm
It's
squeezing.
shots. Yeah.
It's
That's the only reason
squeezing
why I
down.
started doing it. I'm like, shit, that look crazy.
Exactly. And it's more of a, for me personally, it's an insecurity thing. It's more of, I swear I have it, look, but
Right.
on stage, it's not as pronounced. Right. So
Yeah.
I found that being an insecurity thing for myself. And you know what? I'm sitting here speaking out loud. It's the first time I called myself out on that. Now that I'm sitting here saying that.
That's maturity.
All right.
Let me see what I told Cuts I need this right here.
Hold on. Yeah,
Let me see if I
I'm
got
about to pull up my plan real quick. Oh man. Also he keeps things very simple.
Very.
It's just like
It's the most efficient way, bro. You don't want to
I
have
told him,
everything
I said,
so
I need
complex.
this core back.
bro, that's nasty.
When was that?
22,
That was in 21.
21.
He said that's coming back this year. So that's what I'm striving to bring. I need that core to be tight.
Aaron,
Bro, I stopped doing abs for 2 years because they kept saying don't do abs. Bro, I'm on abs every day.
if you get that level of detail back, and
Bro, I ain't been doing abs. Oh, that detail coming. I promise you.
I think that's the only thing your physique is missing. That's the
That's it.
only thing. Like you have new muscle density, you have new, so that's new fullness.
The maturity is going to be there that you haven't seen. You get it dialed in, bro. It's going to be dramatic.
You have balance from top to bottom now. Early in your career, I don't think you necessarily did. Like there's a lot of things. That's what sucks too. There were so many things that your body, like that you actually improved on, but because of one area you regressed in, it became that only focus. Whereas nobody else is paying attention to actually the new density, right? The old feedback you used to get is not the same you get now.
No, upper chest. I wish they would tell me, give me some more upper chest. There ain't no way I need no more damn upper chest. This chest is, boy, I don't think nobody got my chest muscle bellies, bro.
Man, listen, Aaron, it was good having you back on here, bro.
It's been a pleasure, man. It's been too long. It's been too long, but
hopefully periodically throughout your prep, we can get you back on here, speaking your shit, speaking your mind, so on and so forth.
Facts.
But like I said, man, you'll always be a part of what we've built here. Without you, who knows where Men's Physique Radio would have, been. I still remember the live I slid into. It's both of you guys on live and crazy.
That shit was hilarious.
That was funny.
That was that 2.5 years ago?
Yeah, bro.
It's crazy.
It had to be, man. That was before my first and I'm already 3 in. It's like, where did this time go? Alex, you already got your son. You just announced it to us. I feel like it was a couple weeks ago. It's crazy. It comes by quick. I feel like Banks never left now that he's back.
Time has been going crazy, bro. So
yeah, man.
No, just let me know, bro. I'm actually free now. I don't really got too much to do, but I'll be going to the Arnold. I'll be doing. I'll be with Young LA. They're one of the main sponsors there. Then I'll be doing like 6 personal one-on-one sessions at the Arnold at Pro's Gym. Um,
Oh shit.
if if anybody want to sign up, it's book aaronbanks@gmail.com.
If you
We'll
send
be
me the
training
link, if you
one-on-ones.
send me the link, I'll put it in the description.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Yeah. So if you guys gonna be at the Arnold and you want individual posing sessions with Erin at Pro's Gym, they'll be
No,
able
it
to.
ain't posing. We working out.
Oh shit.
1 hour. I'm beating your ass.
All right,
that's
I'm gonna hire you. I'm gonna hire you. We're gonna train back.
Wait,
Beat your ass.
wait, that's Erin, that's cool. That's cool as fuck. I've never.
That's the thing is they a lot of people don't ever get the personal time with us. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
like you get 1 hour to come shoot the shit, talk shit, ask me questions, and get your ass trained.
yeah, I
Like
love that.
I think that's dope, and I think me and Derek is doing it. Derek Lunsford doing it too.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome.
So
See, that's what people who are at the top need to do more of. They don't put themselves in a position to do that individual experience for somebody. Do you know what
bro,
that's gonna
it's
feel
all
like?
about branding and marketing yourself, bro. If you don't do this shit, how you expect people to reshare, repost, and do something when before all you
Mhm.
doing is accepting follows and likes and comments? That shit don't work if you ain't putting no output in,
Yeah,
bro. I've been an output person in this industry since I started it.
I love that, man. I'm excited.
You go ask any judge what has Aaron done for this industry. If they say nothing, then that's the problem. But I can guarantee you they won't say nothing. You
Derek
go
needs to
ask
convince you to
Sandy.
come out here to Tampa. That's what he needs to do.
That's what
And
we
come
need
to
to
this
do.
gym. That's what I'm
Hey,
saying.
hey,
Bro, pull up. I'll pull up.
manifest. We'll
Let's
get
do
there.
it.
We'll get him
We
out
got to
here.
do something for MPR, dude. We got to do like a live something. It'd be cool to all
Bro,
be in
we
the
can do
same
that
area
GF
at once.
Symposium.
And yeah,
Bro, remember last year we got the request for it? We got people who asked us to do commentary for their shows. It's crazy. We can absolutely, especially we get back to being consistent.
Let's
Did
put
you ever
something
talk
together
to
here.
Sandy about that? Because she said we can do it at Junior Nats. You don't remember that?
No, I didn't, but I'm sure she
Hey,
did.
Bro,
I thought,
I
that's
told her, I
it.
said, Sandy, next year we need a live pro for the pros. She was like, absolutely,
I think,
Aaron.
I think,
Yes.
I think Gilco might be running the. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna text her after this. I'm gonna
Text
text her
her.
after this. Oh,
she'll
that
Cause
make
she
it
just
happen.
I was
She'd
just
make
on
it
her
Drew,
happen,
live
man.
the
Drew,
other day.
Drew, would you come out?
Of course,
All right.
That would be sick.
of
Yeah,
course,
Chris,
man.
Chris, you too?
Bro, I was there last year, right?
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
were. All
He
right.
was.
Say less. That'll be
Gotta
fun.
just give me an update in advance, and I'll make it happen. You know,
Hey, we're
I'm
gonna get Aaron
limiting
to
my
sign that
travel this
restaurant
year,
again.
but definitely want
You want me to sign what?
We're going to that restaurant. We're getting your name put on next to Drake next time.
Oh, hilarious.
Bro, that restaurant experience still to this day was one of the funniest experiences I've ever
Bro,
That's hilarious.
had.
they
Aaron
put
is
my
so
shit up.
they
I
did.
know.
They put it
Aaron,
up.
Aaron,
It's not next to Drake though.
Aaron, that girl fell in love with you, bro. I'm sorry, Pearl, if you hear that. I'm sorry. She fell in love, bro. That was the
Bro,
funniest
like,
shit.
but what's crazy to kind of be the first bodybuilder to be in a steakhouse like that on like, because they're known for Malone's is known for
I love
high
that.
celebrities going into the restaurant, and to I kind of said it as a joke, and she was like, "What
Bro,
do
they
you do?"
brought out they
And,
brought out everything for him to
bro, they
fill
was just ready.
out.
They was just signed it. I'm like, "You gonna put this up for real?"
bro,
She was
you're in
like,
the
"Yeah, I'm gonna put
I
it up
feel
for
like that
real."
sometimes though. I'm not a Mr. Olympia, but even you're probably like, you know what, I'm not an OBJ or whatnot, but you're still
Right?
the pinnacle of there's only
Yeah,
been what 6 Mr. Olympias, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I
Yep.
yeah,
mean, dude, it's still people don't understand it. In our sport, like the fans that we have, they look at it
yeah.
as like, you know,
Just
we're
like that.
equivalent to like they'll meet you and think they're meeting like a Tom Brady level just
Bro,
because you're their
y'all come with me
superhero.
to China and y'all going, I swear to you, because I'm going to China like I think 3 or 4 times this year because of my brand deal with the equipment company. But y'all come to China with me, I swear I will show you I am LeBron James in China.
Aaron,
I promise you.
Aaron,
I've
I saw the
never
videos, dude.
witnessed anything like that in my life. I don't even know how they knew the timing of the flight we were
that's
landing at. There were hundreds of people at the airport. We
oh, that's
got
wild.
roses and flowers at every single.
I wanted to ask you, what did you guys do with all the flowers? Because you clearly couldn't take them all, right?
Bro, we just had to leave them in the room, and I was talking to the guy who was there. He was like, "Bro, what do we do with these flowers?" Because I mean, we just got them for 3 hours.
I thought you were reposting stuff. It was you were getting flowers every time you took a corner.
Bro, it was flowers that. Let me tell you how many flowers we got. When we landed, we got flowers. When we got to the hotel, we got flowers and meet it with people. As soon as we leave and go to the gym meet and greet, we got 4 different sets of flowers. Bro, I mean, I have never got so many flowers in my life.
They were giving you your flowers, as Alex says.
You know, I will say, man, traveling internationally, or better yet, competing internationally, being a part of a bodybuilding community internationally, it's different.
It's different. It's different. And I've told even like some of the judges or even the people that I do talk to in this industry, like, we got to get these athletes to travel more. They want to, and I said this earlier, they want to see us. They don't get the chance to see us. And a lot of these guys can't fly over here and just to waste $2,000 on a plane ticket and then another 1,000 on hotel. Well, they can. I tell you right now, these Chinese people are
Chinese got money.
Very, 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 very wealthy. Everywhere. This is crazy too. There's another that just hit me. So you know how like when I was in China, I was posting like I'm buying all these shoes.
Yeah.
Ask me how much money I spent on those shoes.
See, I hate that shit. You get
Aaron, go get what you want. Aaron,
I was gonna say, as soon as you get rich and famous,
we was just shopping off of their dime. I'm like, bro, no, I'm good.
But didn't you get that same experience in Dubai or a similar one?
In Dubai wasn't at that scale.
You see, like, India, when I competed in India,
Brazil was like that too. But I mean, it was probably like 5 people who came to the airport. But then when we did like the meet and greets and we was out in the gyms, bro, crazy.
Special. All right, fellas, I appreciate y'all. Again, season 3, episode 3. In the books.
3. 2 with us, 3 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, fellas. Again, I appreciate y'all. Aaron, anytime you want to come back on, you always have a spot. I'm gonna be hitting you up periodically. And if you
I'll be on next week. Don't matter.
Right, let's go.
I'm back.
Let's do it.
I'll see you, Cam.